Lego YouTube. Some may consider it the melting pot of the platform where bratty kids, millennial failures, and senile AFOLs all come together to make one of the cringiest, most primal communities on the entire internet. Don't get me wrong, there are some good parts about the Lego community, but since being negative brings in the views, today I'm going to be talking about the problems with Lego YouTube. If you end up enjoying the vid, please toss me a like so when I'm in court for defamation, I'll have something to live for. To preface this, I want to talk about why I'm making this video. Why is some high schooler who's been in the Lego community for all but 6 months complaining about it? Let me tell you. When I started my channel back in late May, I watched one of those videos that YouTube makes about finding your niche. And the example that they gave of a YouTube content sphere that is oversaturated was Lego. So going into it, I was expecting it to be hard to stand out like in the gaming sphere. However, the difference between the Lego and the gaming communities is the size of the audiences. You can measure this by how many subscribers a typical channel has. So let's take gaming for instance. So smaller gaming channels have somewhere between 50 to 500k subs. Mid-range, maybe floating around 1 million, maybe 2 million. And then super high, like the highest of the high channels with the most subs have around 10 million, maybe even more than that. But if we compare that to the Lego community, smaller channels have around 1 to 20k subs, medium-sized channel have like 25 to 250k subs, and then floating somewhere around 500,000 is the high end. Some channels have 1 million, but it's very, very rare. Think about it. Most of the big channels in the Lego community have the same amount of subs as the small channels in the gaming community. Even the channels with the most subs in the Lego community have all but 10% of what the highest channels in the gaming community have. Long story short, the audience for Lego is small, really small, but the amount of channels is really high, which creates this nasty situation where a lot of channels are fighting over little viewers. And this is even after quarantine when Lego saw big growth in its community. So why is the audience so small? I feel like every single person I was friends with when I was younger at least played with Legos, so there's this common nostalgia among it. Obviously people fall into dark ages and come back out, but that goes for any interest. The real problem is content. Let's take a look at Minecraft. A lot of people have played Minecraft in one way or another, just like many people have played with Lego in one way or another. But as we grew up, it became less and less cool and started being associated with children or just childish teenagers. That was until 2019 when SMP Live started, where a bunch of people in their early 20s started playing Minecraft. Now, older people playing Minecraft was nothing new, but what set these guys apart was that they were actually being funny with it. Most adults who were playing Minecraft at the time were still just catering to children. And listen, whether you like it or not, YouTube's biggest audience are teens and young adults. They realized that if they tapped into that audience, they could make Minecraft more mainstream. So why can't this be the same for Lego? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the problems that need to be fixed within the Lego community for us to reach that point of popularity. I hope you all enjoy. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments, but please tell me why. To understand what's to come in this video, we need to look at the demographics of the audience of the Lego YouTube community so we can understand what type of content is being made and why. Now, it is no surprise that the overwhelming majority of people who are in the Lego audience are children. Some may consider me a child, that's completely valid. So that's why I think that the label of under 18 needs to be split up into further subdivisions to make it more clear. Remember, there are always exceptions to these rules. First, there are the people under 12. These guys haven't hit their dark ages yet, they're incredibly impressionable and have no sense of the world. They have the thought process of a goldfish and click on any video where someone is going to flex on them, drop an expensive set, or do something wacky. Essentially, if you put a big number on the screen, they're going to click. This subsection of children is by far the biggest out of everything else. That's why drop test videos, haul videos, videos where there's a lot of money being spent or doing something absolutely crazy are so popular. They're also pretty bad at reading social cues and understanding what is moral and what isn't. Then there is the 12 to 15 section where kids are starting to realize how disappointing life is. These guys are usually in their dark age. There aren't many of them in the audience, so we're going to gloss over them. Then there are the 16 to 21-year-old fans who got out of their dark ages early and are genuinely pretty chill. Also few of these guys in the audience, but this is what we are trying to tap into. Then anyone above 21 are considered pure AFOLs. These guys are still pretty small, but they are bigger than the two previous demographics. Now that we understand that the majority of the audience are under 12, let's take a look at content. Content that is produced by the top LEGO creators simply isn't appealing to the 16 to 21-year-old demographic. The most viewed content are usually top 10s, hauls, drop tests, reviews, sometimes mocks, and stop motions. Some of these content themes might attract the 16 to 21-year-old age range for like a split second, but it's nothing sustainable. To effectively attract and also maintain this new demographic, the LEGO creators are just going to need to be a lot funnier. There's an extreme lack of good humor on the platform. What do I mean by this? Let's take a look at the SMP Live humor. It's usually non-degrading unless it's self-reflective, and it's just a bunch of guys doing bits with each other. You don't see much good humor at all in the LEGO community, nor do you see it on a consistent level. Before anything can happen, the content within the community has to change. New YouTubers need to come up and be like these guys who did SMP Live. One of the best ways to create these videos is to get a group of people together who all are unique and have a good sense of humor. Again, when I say good sense of humor, I mean non-degrading humor. I just want to make it clear that non-degrading humor is fine in moderation, but if your entire image is based off of non-degrading humor, you're just going to seem like a jerk and you're going to have no longevity looking like a jerk. Naturally, there is this kind of content evolution that happens, where it starts off pretty childish, but then adults who are into it make it more age-friendly. Now, the only reason why we're not seeing this type of content evolution in the LEGO community is because of current top YouTube creators do not have the incentives to change their content. The content that they are creating now has made them successful. They have absolutely no reason to create content that would get less views. In all reality and honesty, there are absolutely no incentives for the top LEGO creators to change their content. However, there's all the incentive for new LEGO creators to create this type of content. In the sea of mock builders, reviewers, and animators, it's very hard to set yourself apart. So carving out your own niche will make you stand out. This is a perfect opportunity for people who want to create LEGO videos, but be a part of a new niche. Furthermore, the more content creators there are within a given niche, the more mainstream it becomes. So while there aren't any incentives for the top LEGO creators to change their content, there are so many incentives for you to create a YouTube channel and carve out a niche. The YouTubers of SMP Live did not just play Minecraft though, they became personality YouTubers. Top creators on the platform are these types of YouTubers. Look at PewDiePie. His content now is solely based around his personality. This goes for plenty of other creators like JSchlatt, H3H3, iDubbbz, Critical, and plenty of other YouTubers. I bet in the next year or so we'll see people who got famous because of the Dream SMP turn into personality YouTubers. This is the final shift in the LEGO genre that would need to happen in order for it to reach the same popularity as other genres. To put it frankly, the top LEGO creators right now do not have the personality necessary to be personality YouTubers, or at least what they show on camera. Most of them are pretty one-dimensional, and personality YouTubers would not be popular if they are one-dimensional. People and audiences want to see multiple aspects of a person, and we are lacking that within the LEGO community. That means if a top LEGO creator right now wants to become one, they're going to have to show their personality a little bit more. And some of them, just quite frankly, don't have the type of personality that is necessary to be a personality YouTuber, to be likable. I'm going to give you an example of what a successful personality YouTuber looks like. Take, for instance, JSchlatt. The persona that he plays on SMP Live is much different than the personality that he shows on his normal videos, which is much different than the personality that he shows on the Weekly Slap. In short, to be a personality YouTuber, you need to show a lighthearted and a serious side. You need to show passion, but also make fun of it. This is what makes somebody personable. Seeing different sides of somebody's personality is what makes them likable. If you are constantly doing a bit, you're going to be seen as disingenuous and also annoying. And if you're constantly being serious, you're going to be seen as stuck up and boring. There needs to be a balance, and you don't see that at all in the LEGO community. If you think your favorite YouTuber does this, let me know down in the comments and I'll try to convince you otherwise. It would be stupid of me to not mention cost of LEGO. Now, the main reason with the analogy that I made to Minecraft is that Minecraft is 30 bucks, you buy it once and there are limitless possibilities. But LEGO is a continuous investment. More and more sets come out, you spend more and more money on it. It's kind of a completely different ball game. I could make the argument that if you just have pieces in a LEGO collection, you can do whatever you want, but there isn't that same type of excitement there. One solution to this problem about cost is changing the way we look at LEGO. We don't need to base our content solely off of LEGO sets. Sure, this is a facet of the community that will never change. People will constantly be building mocks, constantly be spending money on LEGO, but it doesn't need to be the main focus. The main focus is going to be the personality of the YouTuber, but they also happen to like LEGO, so you feel like you have something in common with them. want to start a LEGO channel but don't want to get lost in the sea of mock builders, reviewers, and animators, I would highly recommend that you start making funny LEGO content. And even if you are a LEGO YouTuber, just give it a shot. Try a video or two with it. You don't need to switch around your entire content, obviously, but just try it. It might be extremely successful. Make sure to show your true personality, because if you don't show your true personality and put on some facade, people can easily tell it's disingenuous, and you'll also feel a sense of imposter syndrome. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.